Good morning, Key Stage 1, Years 1 and 2. Welcome to our learning journey on Wednesday, the 8th of July. Nice to see you today, everybody. I've really enjoyed our learning journey these past couple of weeks, looking at all the changes that have happened during lockdown, before, during and after, really. I think it's been really interesting to reflect on how our world has changed. So today, I fought Miss Lyons for this one. I really wanted to do this particular change that's happened during lockdown, because I'm going to talk all about the wildlife, our wildlife, and how that's changed during lockdown, what's happened to our wildlife during lockdown. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments, children, just have a look at, oh dear, just have a look at the pictures that I've got just here. Here we are. Okay, and just pause the video while you talk to somebody in your household. Which animals can you see and where do you think they are? Have a little think. Right, have you named them? Okay, so I reckon you probably know lots of what the animals are called, but maybe not the places where they are. So here we've got some deer, and they're actually in London, which isn't awfully far from us. It's in the same country. It's in our capital city of London, isn't it? There are some deer here. That's right. And I wonder why they've popped down onto this bit of lawn here during lockdown. I wonder why they've decided to come down. Over here I've got, oh, aren't they funny? I've got some geese. And actually, I love this word. They're a gaggle of geese. Lots and lots of geese there. And they look like they've just gone out for a stroll, don't they? What a funny picture. They really do make me chuckle, those geese. Down here, I've got some goats. Oh, sorry, and those geese. Woo, those geese were in Turkey. If you have a look around, you can see that it doesn't look very much like the UK, does it? Absolutely not. There's some water over here. It looks quite sunny. There's these special kinds of trees, and there's some geese. They're in Turkey, which is a different country. Over here we've got some goats. You might have seen videos of these goats in the news. These guys really made me chuckle as well. And they were in a little a village or a town in Wales, which is in the British Isles, isn't it? These goats. And these goats look like they've popped down from the hills, from the mountains, and now they're in this. They're in Wales, down the high street. Very interesting. And last but not least, we've got some peacocks in Paris. Peacocks in Paris, some good alliteration, isn't it? They wouldn't normally stroll these Parisian streets, but during lockdown, that's where they can be found. How interesting, everybody. So again, pause the video, have a chat to somebody nearby. Why do you think these animals, these birds and these animals, have popped down somewhere else outside of their normal habitat? Why have they gone to these places during lockdown, do you think? Have a little think about that. Right, what did you think? So I've got an article here, children, that might shed some light on that for us. It says, this is on Newsround, everybody, so you can have a Google of this as well. Wildlife experts are seeing some hidden benefits of lockdown for animals and wildlife. So benefits just means things that are good, positive things. So even though lockdown has been a bit rubbishy for us in certain areas, for animals and wildlife, it's actually been quite a lovely time. It says here, places that used to be noisy with lots of people walking or driving around are now much quieter. So because we had to stay inside and because we weren't allowed to go anywhere, we had to stay inside, children, and that meant that our streets, our roads, our towns, our villages were much quieter than usual. This means that wildlife and animals that are usually shy and sensitive to disturbances, that means they don't like it when there's lots of noise and busyness, might now be easier to spot as they come out of hiding. Okay, so they were sort of staying safe in their habitats before, well away from humans and from human life. But now that we've all gone indoors, the animals have been able to come out. And experts say wildlife and nature can be good for our mental health and to help improve our mood, especially when we're spending so much time indoors. So it's lovely to see these animals, isn't it, out and about. So as you can see, we've got our little fox just here. I wonder if you've seen him. So here are a few animals that you might have seen. It says, what wildlife have you spotted? Which of these creatures have you spotted in your garden or in the area where you live? So we've got some birds, all different kinds. Some people have seen some birds. Some people have seen more bees. Have you seen a scurrying squirrel during lockdown? Have you seen a fox? This looks like an urban fox. He's been through the mill a little bit, hasn't he? And he's definitely not in his normal habitat. He's out on the roads. Interesting. Oh, here's those deer I was telling you about. You don't normally see deer in cities in the UK, but here they are spotted in London. So as you can see, there's nobody about. It's much quieter, and these deer thought, oh, do you know what, lads? Let's go for a little jaunt this morning onto this lovely bit of green grass. And here they are. Lucky deer. Oh, here he is, little hedgehog. Have you seen any of these little prickly things? Oh, my favourite. Have you seen one of these black and white animals? Have you seen a badger during lockdown? You'd be very lucky if you have. Lovely. Okay, so there are lots of animals that have been about, aren't there? And we've been really fortunate for them to have come out again during lockdown. And I really, really hope that even after lockdown and when everybody comes out again and when we start, all the restrictions start to ease, I hope that the animals do still spend some time with us. I think that'd be really lovely. Okay, so our job for today, everybody, so we're on Wednesday today, so we're on this third box. So I've made a bit of a spider diagram, everybody, a bit of a mind map. So I've got animals in the middle, and really I'm going to change that actually, because I don't just mean animals. I'm going to say wildlife. We're not looking at any plants today, but we are looking at wildlife, including so animals, birds, that sort of thing, sort of the fauna side of things. So good. So I've got here wildlife in the middle. So, and I've done some lines off of it. Now I've done 3 for you, you lucky ducks. So I've started you off, and you just need to add a few more. So I also thought this would be a perfect opportunity for us to work on our capital letters. Okay, so I can see here wildlife, that's our heading, and I've got that with a capital W for wildlife. And then I've got here some of the things. Now I've got here goats in Wales. So I've got the animal that was seen, that was spotted, and also the place where it was seen, the country or the town or the city where it was seen as well. So I've put here goats in Wales, and can you see Wales with a capital W at the beginning there, not a lowercase, capital, because it's the name of the country, goats in Wales. And you might like to draw, in fact, I would encourage you to draw the animal as well. So if I have a picture of a goat just here, I'll leave that to you children, and then just label it goats in Wales, okay? So some other things that we've seen some deer in London. Now, where are you going to find this information, children? You could give it a Google. You go onto the Newsround website where there's loads of different ideas for you there, different birds and different animals that have all gone to different places in the world. And yeah, ask an adult to give you a hand, and I'm sure you can find loads of different examples. I will say, beware of any fake news, children. So there might, for example, be a website saying, oh, we've seen this animal in this place. Make sure it's a reliable source, okay? Your adults will know all about that. Okay, so there's a deer in London. So we could draw a deer just here and label it, deer in London. Is it capital L because it's the name of the town, isn't it? Oh, sorry, the name of the city, isn't it? Deer in London. And then down here, oh dear, Miss Parsons, I said peacocks in Dubai. It wasn't Dubai, was it? Something else in Dubai. Peacocks in Paris, capital P for Paris. Okay, fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing all your capital letters here, children. So remember, mind map, wildlife in the middle, and then around it, let's say, I don't know, at least 6 and more if you can. That would be wonderful, of all the different animals that have been seen, and birds that have been seen during lockdown in all the different places. That'd be fantastic, everybody. All right. I look forward to seeing your mind maps, loves. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.